all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, I didn't move the elf. So
Yeah, everybody
rush
comes
out
up
there,
with a good
throw
plan.
together something.
You said you were going to do it before you went to bed. You didn't do it? What do you do? Just chuck it into the fan and hope it sticks.
This is the Welcome Distraction Podcast with the Kemp Brothers. Their immature stories, advice, and opinions are their own and should be taken with the same level of seriousness as a drunk uncle's late-night conspiracy theory. Now buckle up, buttercups. It's about to get weird.
Merry Christmas. Glad you could join us again for another episode of the Welcome Distraction Podcast. As you can see, we're decked out, decking the halls with our Christmas gear. We're going to start off by talking about different movies and Christmas traditions. First one I want to talk about is what usually sets off or begins the movie watching traditions for us, which is Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And we always watch it right after the Thanksgiving meal. We can't watch it anytime before that. I know it starts playing around the fall, things of that nature, but we usually can't watch it till after Thanksgiving. That's our tradition anyway. I know Brett, Nicholas, you guys have movies. You guys also watch.
Yeah, for the holiday season, I'd say my go-to right around that Thanksgiving time frame when you start to, I'd say legally, start to put up the decorations for the Christmas holiday season. I like to watch Home Alone. I know that's kind of more centered around Christmas directly because it's got, Christmas all in it. But I like to throw that one on as Thanksgiving. It's kind of wrapped up within a week or two. That's probably the one that I start to, peel back the layers of that wrapping paper and start to enjoy the Christmas movies. And it's a family favorite too. Can't go wrong. I remember seeing that when we were wee young little pups.
Nicholas, which one you got? Which one's your favorite? What's your go-to?
I mean, Christmas Vacation. That's the go-to. I mean, that signals Christmas. Can't go a single year without watching
Partial
that.
to that one.
What about?
Oh, nice. Homage to the Griswolds. So my favorite of all time, but you can't watch until Christmas Day, and it's mostly because of the 24 hours of Christmas Story that TBS and I believe True TV does now. They have it going about a half hour apart or an hour apart. So you could switch from one to another and it's continuously running for 24 hours. I know most people watch it. It's just gotten more and more popular. But you can't watch it. I don't start it until I think it's 6 or 7 on Christmas Eve is when it first starts showing. And then we'll play it. We'll play it over and over. We'll put it on Christmas morning throughout the entire day. But that's the rule. You cannot quote it. You cannot really watch any parts of it until Christmas Day. And I know it's getting more famous because the original house is now, I think, a museum. It got bought up and everything. So that's definitely the go-to. Another, I guess, debate that's really kind of mentioned in the Christmas Story, which is fake and real Christmas trees. What's your take on that?
So for me personally, I'll jump right in on this one. I love real trees. I think real trees are better. They're more work. You got to go pick one out. You got to go find a damn lot that's going to overcharge you. You got to figure out how to chop the bottom and some of the branches and put it in one of those dolphin catching fishnet things. You got to fight with that, cut it all off. And then you're going to get overcharged for it. Yeah, sure. But once you get it home and you fight it through the door and you get more needles everywhere, you get it up.
How many trees do you have? Do you have one real, one fake? What are we talking here?
I think we've got some smaller decorative fake ones, but the one main one has got to be a real one to me because I love the smell of the Christmas tree.
He was twice as shrewd.
Zulauf just found one of those brand new green plastic trees.
I love having that in the house. You kind of walk in after, a day of work or whatever you're doing. And man, smelling that fresh Christmas tree that's dying in your living room, waiting for the presents around it. I think that's awesome. You can't replace that smell. You can try it with those home freshener crap, but nothing replaces an actual Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, you can't light enough candles to fake that true, authentic
True.
Christmas tree smell.
True.
You know, and we always go. So we're down here in Florida. There's Christmas tree farms around us, but I can't stand the Christmas trees that are grown here in Florida. They're like pine trees. You know, I like to get the ones that are shipped down from up north. That
Oh,
are
yeah.
the Fraser
So they actually
firs.
have some they grow right there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have a farm like about 30 minutes away where you can go out there and they do it up nice, and they have like a little
Christmas palm tree.
hay ride. Yeah, and
Yep.
you go out and you find the tree that you like and you get to cut it down. So
You
I
actually
mean,
cut it down?
they give you
Wow.
they give you a big giant saw, and you go out there, you cut it down, and then they load it up in the back of the trailer, and you ride back. The concept is cool, but I just can't get behind those pine needle trees. They don't have that same smell. They're not nice and soft. With the Fraser fir, yeah, you're gonna get a little sticky, like getting it inside, but it's worth it. You know, having that real smell, and you know, just the you know, having that
Little sap.
that
Little sap in here.
that fear of the whole house going up in flames because of it.
Well, that's the best part when you take
That's
the
what
tree
makes it
down, you
Christmas.
know, you see how fast it goes up. Boom. Yeah, so I agree with both of y'all completely, but because of the level of effort, I like to get the tree. We have one of the fancy ones that you can control by app, and you can change all the different lights and everything. You can make it twinkle. It's actually, I think Twinkly is the brand. So I like the convenience of getting it out. It's, you know, it's even newer than the old new, where you just snap 3 sections, boom, 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 and it lights up. You just unfold and everything. So I'm thankful every time I just get to put that away and grab it back out. But I do agree, you know, a real tree is much nicer, and you just can't replicate the smell. No candle is gonna make it. So when you do have the trees, Christmas is past. When do you take it down?
After New Year's.
I never take
After
it
New
down.
Year's. So we're talking like Valentine's Day after New Year's, or are you talking about January 2nd?
If we have people over for like New Year's to celebrate, that will be included in the bonfire.
You better have a lot of room
Hey,
because man,
I
those
like
things
the
make good
thinking.
fires.
Yeah, and things go up quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I think the longest we've ever left ours up one time was, I think, beginning of February because I was deployed or something. So they left the tree up. I mean, it was nothing but frowny face, needles and shit that was, you know, all over the place when I got home. But they were trying not to break tradition and wait for me to get home. So it was like right at, I think, February.
Daddy's home. Let's take down the Christmas tree.
Yeah, we saved this work for you. I mean,
It's
the tree for
Thanksgiving. Might as
you.
well leave it up.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree with that. So we had friends, and you know, not judging too much, but they left their tree up year round.
Terrorist.
All right. So what
Mm.
they did was Valentine's Day. It's a fake tree, but they left it up
Yeah,
for
you
Valentine's
tell me
Day. They
this shit.
decorated for Valentine's, St. Patrick's Day, all of the holidays. For July 4th, they put it on. No, and they went through everything. This was like 2 years.
Blasphemer.
This was like 2 years ago. It could still be up. I don't know. But they went
Because
through
you were not
every-
friends with him after you found this out, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Makes sense. That's
Tried to
right.
set it on fire and walk away, but it didn't work. It was fake. It
Started
wouldn't burn.
melting.
So yeah, not a fan of that. So when you're taking the Christmas tree down, are you taking down all the decorations? Like, do you do the front yard? Do you do the house? What? How's that work?
That's how we do it. I mean, it's kind of like you got to gear up for like, okay, here we go. Let's take every one of these damn decorations down. Like the tree is just going to be a part of that mix, and you might as well go for the whole kit and caboodle, if you will, instead of
Yeah.
just procrastinating on the rest of it. So I can't say I've done that every year, but yeah. And so over here in Utah too, you know, just everything's starting to get buried in the snow out there. So you might as well go ahead and get rid.
Yeah, we set aside a weekend. Let's get everything down. Now the lights, I leave the lights up year round, but caveat, it's those new lights that
What
you can
the-
change to whatever color. So
Oh, the
So
old
you're-
UV lights.
yeah, so like for the most part of the year, you know, they're just nice, like accent lights.
Yeah.
You can take those lights and you can make them whatever color you want depending on the holiday. So
Yeah.
during Christmas, it's nice because you can have it for Christmas, and then when Christmas
Right.
is over,
I think if
Yeah,
those are
yeah.
done right, I agree. My opinion, again, they've gotten out of control. And if they're not done right, they put a shadow all over the house. Our neighbors, you know, during Christmas now, they look great, but they leave the same Christmas theme up year round. So
They
it's
do that,
they have the luxury version of leaving the Christmas lights up year round, and I think they're just, at least change the lights according to the time of year.
It's lazy.
If it's St. Patrick's Day, make them green. July 4th, something of that nature. But
somebody gets murdered in the neighborhood, red.
What traditions do you have? Do you guys do Elf on a Shelf?
God,
things of that nature. What do you guys got?
Yeah, Elf on the Shelf. That was one of those ones that everybody gets sucked into. It seems like
Your girls are older now, so they're not still doing it, right?
Oh yeah. Well, we got one young teenager still, and she wants to, but like, come on, you know about this shit. It's
I was gonna say she knows
so much work.
That magic is gone.
You wake up at like 6 o'clock in the morning. If you slept in, all of a sudden it would hit on you like when you were, the kids were younger, and it was like life or death. We got to make sure this elf moves.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden you wake up and you're like, I didn't move the elf. Oh God. So
yeah, everybody comes up with a good plan
or something.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're always like, hey, we're going to do it. No problem. We switch this thing around. Yeah. And before you know it, you're like, oh my gosh. Did they see it? They see it? Yeah, I thought you moved it. You said you were going to do it before you went to bed. You didn't do it? What do? You just chuck it into the fan and hope it sticks.
Last year was our first year of not having to do it anymore. It was the greatest thing ever. And I got to share this story real quick. I'll try to make it quick. This is the way that our youngest found out. So when, Christmas is done, that's part of what, part of the tradition,
send that thing packing back to
the elf goes back to the North Pole, right? So we did not put it up in the attic because things in the attic quickly deteriorate. So we would hide it in our closet, and we thought we hit it pretty well. And so apparently,
elf vibrating.
Our youngest went looking for something in our closet, and so unbeknownst to us, we're sitting at the table in the dining room, and she comes out, and you can see she's got like fear in her eyes. and she's upset. We're like, hey, what's going on? She's like, so I think I just saw something I wasn't supposed to see. And we're like, yeah. And she's like, so I was looking for something in your closet, and I saw.
Jackie was like, go on. Where exactly were you looking?
I saw the elf on the shelf.
Hey, but she just got a driver's license, so it's fine now, right?
So she would have been about 9, and we're like, okay. And so what do you think that means? And she's like, that maybe she doesn't go back to North Pole, and there's no such thing as Santa Claus. And she just lost it. She started breaking down. I was like,
you said winner. Yes,
like,
you are correct.
Like,
the magic is gone. Time to get a job.
I was like, it's not
We're
that
not
bad.
buying your shit anymore.
But it's not that bad. But until I tell you that the Easter Bunny also doesn't exist, or the Tooth Fairy. And she was like, what?
Yeah, so while we're spiraling into that, I had a similar situation with our youngest. She was only like 4 or 5, and she had just lost her first tooth. And so this is our second kid, and she had just lost her first tooth, and put under the pillow, getting ready to tuck her in, and Tooth Fairy's going to come later, and she knows what we told her what's going to happen. And I go back in there and check on her like probably an hour later, and she's just in there like, she looks like she is scared to death. And I was like, what is wrong? And
really?
She's like, I am so scared. What's wrong? She's like, I just can't. The Tooth Fairy, I'm just so scared when he gets here. I know what he's going to do. I was like, okay. Never mind. You know what? Mom and Dad,
come for the
Fairy,
teeth in your mouth.
We're coming here and give you some money. And it's not real. It never was real. Don't even worry about that. It's all fake. Okay. So sleep. You're good. She's like, oh, thank God. She was so relieved though. She was not at all. She was the complete opposite.
Like, wait,
she was just,
you're the fucking Tooth Fairy? All right, so moving on, now we're past the decoration, past the trees. So gift giving when we were younger. Obviously, me and Brett are twins, so you could guess. Gift giving, birthdays, and whatnot. Yeah, we got a lot of the same gifts. So Christmas was no different. A lot of times we would get gifts, but then, we have our younger brother who is, not much farther behind us in age. He's doing a lot of the same things. He's riding bikes, roller skating, whatever it may be, playing video games. So it became a point to where maybe it was the easy thing to do because they're twins, but it became, they did not want us to argue or fight over toys. I mean, like we would do that, right? So the easiest thing to do would be, because we're twins and nobody's gonna fight, they would get us all the same thing. So if it was a bike, they get us the exact same bike times 3. Or if it was, even some type of clothes or other knickknacks or toys. But we knew we had to hurry up and open it. If we wanted the genuine surprise of opening the gift, we had to open it and see it first. Because if I looked over at Brett, I already knew what I was getting.
Wait, don't tell me what we got. Don't tell me what we got. Yeah. Here's an idea. Here's a concept. Why don't you get to know your children and get them the things they like as individuals?
Uncle Jeff and Aunt Rose. So they used to come over. It was our mom and dad's friends. They would come over on Christmas Eve. And I remember particularly one time, our Uncle Jeff had brought over toolboxes, and he gave us, he would give us our Christmas Eve gifts or whatnot. And this was a tradition when we were younger. I would say we're probably 10, 11. I can remember probably the last time it really happening, but I do remember it happening every year for a little while. We realized years later that they were not our uncle or our aunt at all. They were just good friends of our mom and dad's. So that was kind of a weird tradition that ended oddly.
Mm-hmm.
But what about other gifts that you guys give now?
Remember, they
or
used to
still
always
receive?
give us toolboxes.
Remember that
Yeah.
red toolbox?
Yeah, that red
used to
toolbox is metal, and we used to, I mean, they were real tools, so it's not like they were just like
hammer,
plastic or Fisher Price or anything. I mean, I think I remember it made a hell of a ruckus walking around.
They
with
were
them
like
things,
the cheapest tin box toolbox you could think of, rattling around. Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah, I mean, it
Need
was
another
the late
toolbox.
'80s, early '90s. So, you guys have weird gifts you still give, your significant others now, kids, or do you have a
Well,
tradition of opening a gift?
I remember in that same line of thinking, though, we used to always, every year from Grandma, who lived with us a lot of the time, she would always get us flashlights. Like every year, we get a damn flashlight. Maybe a different one, but
flashlight.
like Grandma.
Same.
Yeah, I remember
What
we'd
are
get
you
those
preparing me
flashlights,
for?
and they would have those
Because-
weird, like Ever Ready with a cat emblem
Yeah.
batteries.
or be
Mhm.
some kind of like slash radio flashlight thing.
They were the
And,
cheap flashlights too, with like the big giant like white like plastic part that slid
Mhm.
to turn
She
them
was
on.
trying to
Yeah,
save us from
yeah.
the Tooth Fairy.
Yeah, like I can't. I need 6. I need 6 D batteries for this thing.
Yeah, we're like,
And,
here, I'll just put in my toolbox from Jeff
yeah.
with the other 5 flashlights.
So like, I got to be a mechanic, and I got to be ready for the apocalypse because we're about to all lose power. What's happening?
That's right. You
What
got
is
flashlights.
wrong? What is going on in the adult world that we need so many flashlights? Preparing. you
Yeah,
for
and
the
little
future,
did you
kid.
know, the batteries, the C batteries or even D batteries that go in it cost 10 times as much as the
That's right.
flashlight.
No,
By the
nobody
time I
keep-
didn't use it again, it was all corroded anyway.
and nobody keeps those D batteries on hand. It's like, yeah, we don't have those.
A D
And you were
battery?
luck-
I don't know.
And you were lucky if you had a good enough Christmas that you got like good gifts that required batteries. If you had batteries,
If you had
I
batteries.
think I remember-
Did you get,
I think
did
I
you get the
remember one
batteries?
year-
No, I didn't get the batteries.
yeah. Damn it! Oh, that's what we forgot.
And everything's closed. We can't get no batteries now. What about stocking stuffers now? Do you guys do stocking stuffers?
Yeah, so I think that's what you had mentioned, traditions for adults and stuff. Now that was something the wife had started for us. I guess she'd always done that in her family. That no matter what age you were, mom and dad always got stocking
Mhm.
stuffers.
Yeah.
and stockings. So that I don't remember that being a thing for us when we were a kid. We didn't ever have stockings. I mean, it was Florida; nobody had mantles, but we didn't even have stockings. And so she kind of brought that with her, and that's still something we do now. That I mean, but what's in these stockings is ridiculous now. It's like makeup and AirPods. You're like, what the hell? I
Yeah.
thought it was supposed to be like little knick-knack crap that you throw away or candy
Yeah,
or
you eat or
something.
throw
Now it's-
away. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's turned into an actual source of place to put gifts in these stockings.
Yeah, I'll
are
be honest.
ridiculous.
I always forget about the stockings. My kids have been good. They were like, "Here, Dad, put this in Mom's stocking." I'm like, "Thank you. I forgot all about the stocking." Well, my wife, she does the best job for the stockings, and I still absolutely dread Christmas shopping. Yeah, actually going in public if you have to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not getting any deals. I'm seeing what I need. I'm going right for it, and I'm getting the hell out of there. So, yeah, I can't stand Christmas shopping. Just too many people. But it's not
I
like
got
it used to
another
be.
I got another one for you.
Yeah.
When
Go.
you start listening to Christmas music.
No, Christmas music. Well, now the thing is, people make fun. They're like, oh, as you get into, I think it's even as you're getting maybe near Halloween, people are like, Mariah Carey's defrosting. It's coming. But I mean, damn, she's got a damn near number one hit every Christmas, probably for the rest of her life.
Oh man, the royalties. She's
Golly,
getting off that shit.
yeah.
It is my favorite Christmas song though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
That and All I Want for Christmas is a really good tan.
That is true. That's true. So yeah, I mean, but here's the thing: Christmas music, it's great, right? Then December 26th hits, and you're like, oh God, Christmas music, no, put that away.
Yeah.
Christmas decorations and music should not come out or be heard until the day after Thanksgiving. That's my stance.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Brother Nicholas has spoken.
I can get behind that. I do too.
But it seems like every year the Christmas items start going on sale earlier and earlier. Like they're on sale like even way before Halloween.
Yeah, I think
like Hobby Lobby and stuff. It's all Christmas.
Once you hit 1 October, you start seeing Christmas commercials on TV, and then it just ramps up, and then it becomes a point to where, of course, after Thanksgiving, there's every commercial. Actually, if you're watching regular television, is a Christmas commercial.
All right, here's another one. The top of your head, can you think of the best and or worst gifts you've ever gotten for Christmas? And you can't just say no gift because that's pathetic.
But yeah, that was actually a thought in my mind when I turned like 12, 13.
It's kind of hard now. What you want when you're a kid is different than what you want as an adult, because, what you would consider a gift, like, hey, that $2 pretty shitty when I was a kid, but man, I could use an extra little $2 now. And then, a Dyson vacuum? Oh, that's pretty nice now. So I think
that is true. Your taste changes, more practical for your age and what you need, what makes most sense.
Hard one to answer because you go back to thinking from when we were kids, and I feel like we had a really good life up until like 9, 10. So you guys were like 12, 13.
13, yeah.
And I feel like we pretty much got what we wanted.
We were spoiled, yeah.
And then it just ended. So
I remember one year,
nothing.
We got nothing. Ninja Turtles. Remember the Ninja Turtle year? I mean, we got like everything you could possibly think of, like Ninja Turtle.
Mom used to be really good about getting those things. So remember back when Nintendo was out and Super Mario Brothers 2 came out, and that, and then like the following year or 2, 3, it was like the worldwide thing, and it was like on late night news shows and the drive for those kind of things. Yeah.
Well, you nailed it with the Super Mario Brothers 2. Remember that Remember how that went down? So when Nintendo was huge and it was making its way into the Mario Bros was a big thing, and then Super Mario Bros 2 was coming out, and we lived next door to a neighbor. We didn't have it. We knew we weren't getting it. There was zero possibility. I don't think we had a Nintendo at the time, but we all knew, hey, they might be getting it. I think it was a day or two before Christmas. We stayed the night over there, and the oldest boy that lived there, he was pretty good at opening gifts without getting detected. Like he would slide the. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Nicholas is there, but
no, I remember.
I remember it. He would slide open the tape. He'd undo it very gently, and he pulled it out.
Freaking out.
Super Mario Bros. 2. We're like, oh my god, his parents are gonna come out. They're sleeping right down the hallway and everything. And he took it out, and we're like, put it in the system and played it probably for an hour or two.
Yeah, you played it. I forgot about that.
Yep, played it and everything. We're like, oh my god, Super Mario Brothers 2. He's playing it. And then he put it back in, and he folded it back and put it back under the tree. We're like, oh my gosh. So that was one of the coolest gifts we didn't get that somebody else got. But, as I think in the next year, I think Dad surprised us, got us a Nintendo. We started to get that. I do remember, that was one year we were like, Nintendo games. We're like, how much was a game back then? I feel like it was probably close to the same price, $40. What?
It was still pretty damn expensive. I mean, you compare it from then to now. Shit, they should be like $200 a pop.
Yeah, but I do remember, we'd get like 4 games, and we're like, boom, game. So yeah, we were pretty lucky for a while. And then, our life circumstances changed a little bit, and then we went from getting all kinds of stuff to Mom's
Hey, we'll
football.
swing by the Radio Shack on the way home, and we'll get you. You need a flashlight, right?
Yeah, the batteries are dead. Are all the ones
Yeah.
Grandma gave us.
They're all corroded.
We'd come out Christmas morning as a kid would be just like glorious, you know. So
Yeah.
I think we've done a good job for our kids to be able to do that as well. Probably get
I
too
think
much. No,
what
the
I do
traditional.
now-
We got them too much.
Yeah,
Mhm.
now I think I get more excited about the gifts that I'm trying to get them that I think they're going to be excited about, only to find out the gifts that I get them sometimes completely backfire and they could care less. I got Autumn electric guitar one time with an amp, and I don't know if she ever even tried to play.
Hey, you still got that thing?
Yeah.
Switching gears back towards movies, I know there's a debate constantly out there about what's a valid Christmas movie. What would you consider? Brett, I think you got some thoughts on that, don't you?
Okay, so this is the easy one that everybody has to debate about, is whether or not Die Hard is or is not a Christmas movie. And it's almost a punching bag of a joke now, whether or not it is or isn't. So
Right.
I personally consider it a Christmas movie. I like it as a Christmas movie. There's some Christmas theme stuff to it.
I agree.
It even says
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
in the movie, I now have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. Santa Claus written all over it.
There you go.
There's no more debate, right?
True.
Done.
I agree.
Yeah. And you see the little ornaments now with John McClane down in the vent, and you see,
Mhm.
they make a little foil thing going on. So it's definitely, no matter what, whether people like it or not, it's already Christmas tradition. I think it's just building for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
What did you think, Nicholas?
It's a Christmas movie. Yep.
Mm-hmm. All right. So why don't we throw it out there to whoever might be listening or watching? Give us some comments and feedback.
I got one. It is Nightmare Before Christmas.
No,
Is that a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
not a fan.
Stupid movie.
Not a.
Yeah. I don't like it either. The kids love it, but
Yeah.
I always get confused when I see parts of it. I'm like, is this a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie?
I think that's actually the intentions. My oldest, that's probably her favorite movie. She's a big fan, of the voice, the songs, everything, and the aura around it is only building around Christmas because you see it every year. So I think they get lucky with that movie from a marketing aspect, especially. You can do it at Halloween all the way through Christmas. So good for them, but I don't really, not a fan.
So not a movie that's debatable whether it's Christmas or not, but you mentioned earlier A Christmas Story. Now it plays 24/7. I think there's another movie now that plays 24/7 on one of the networks. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think one of the networks is showing Elf now 24/7,
Ooh.
which
Elf.
that is a classic. That's a good one.
Yeah, I think that's my son's favorite movie. Not just Christmas, one of his favorite movies of all time. I'll be honest, when that one first came out, I was like, it's good. But now, especially seeing the making of it, I think they had it on Netflix and everything now, man, they really got that right. Will Ferrell plays such a lovable idiot.
So I love Will Ferrell, but I don't like Elf. I'll go
Really?
against the grain.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
I think
Not a
there
fan,
are
huh?
some funny parts. I love
Yeah.
that when Will Ferrell answers the phone and says,
Hope you find your dad.
"Buddy the Elf, what's
Yeah.
your favorite color?"
Yeah.
There are
There's
some
just
funny
so many
parts to
quotable
it.
parts from it. Yeah.
It's definitely quotable, but
What was it John Favreau? He directed that.
Favreau?
The
And
guy
that
who
movie
does
almost didn't
Elf
happen.
and Iron Man. Come on.
I
Got
just
the
I
range.
don't like the way I don't know. I think the movie is good. It's funny, It's got Bob Newhart in it. You can't go wrong with the cast that they had. But I feel like the whole movie leads to something pretty good, epic, quotable, and then they just fumble the ending. The whole deer in the Central Park and
And
the
the
jet engine
power,
shit,
yeah.
and the little kid, that plays the son, James Caan's
Could've
son
been
in
better.
that, who's Buddy's, half brother in this thing. He sucks. He's such a terrible actor. I had to look it up because I felt like he had to be
I think he was
somebody's
a Jets fan
kid,
too, so.
like he was a little nepo baby or something. Somebody
he?
owed somebody a favor. The kid, the one that plays the son, the one that's got the book out and stuff at the end when they're in the Central Park and says,
Yeah, he's
"What
getting
do
to
you want for
sing and all
Christmas? What's
that.
your favorite
Yeah.
thing? Oh, you wanted, blah blah blah." And they're like, "Oh my gosh, I believe." But his acting is absolutely terrible. I mean, sure he's a kid, but there's a million kids you could have, found a better one than that. So
Was
every time I
there-
get to that end, I'm like, "Oh, this kid sucks. I just want to
Shut
punch
it
him in the
off.
face."
So you love 3/4 of the movie. what you're saying. So
Yeah, I mean, I might even go say I like as much as 7/8 of the movie, but that last eighth just ruins it for me. So
did
I
you
mean,
see
it's a
like
fan
was he
favorite.
related? Was he related to anybody?
Nope, I found nothing
No.
that shows anything. They just
Oh man, you did some
stupid
research on this,
casting.
huh?
Yeah,
Miscast.
they made a dumb. Yeah, in my opinion, maybe some
Yeah.
people love him, but I didn't see him in any other movies.
I think like Christopher, after seeing like the behind the scenes, it gave me a little bit more respect for it. Like because that movie it almost didn't happen. There was a lot of barriers and roadblocks that they had to overcome.
Yeah, I think they
to
had
make it happen.
trouble getting him. You know,
Yeah,
at the time
well-
he was
well,
getting
they-
big.
I think the executives behind the movie that were funding it, they didn't believe that he that
could pull it off.
He was like what do you call it, like
Right.
like
Yeah,
that
he was
he
not the
had
right
a big
guy.
enough. He wasn't a big enough star and couldn't handle it. So
Yeah.
they took a
think
chance on him.
One of the fun facts I do know about that movie too, because use this information to what I pride myself in, is when he's walking across that crosswalk, they were just getting some B-roll footage, and there's a guy that happens to be dressed very similar to a Santa personality, and he says, and the dude looks at him. So if that was a genuine reaction, it was not scripted, not planned by any means.
Oh, I think the
thought
best
that
scene in the
was
movie is
fun.
when he sees the toy store and he's walking across. He just gets bam. He gets hit by a car every time, no matter how many times I see it. If you're not paying attention, you're like, "Oh shit!"
Forgot
It's
about
so
that
real.
part.
You're
I'm
like,
the same way every time. I forget about it. I always crack up.
"All right, hey,
I'll transition into
Yeah.
real quick. Let me say my Christmas Vacation, because obviously I like Christmas Vacation. It, to me, is the best Christmas movie of all time. I wait to watch that. I make the whole family watch it, but I wait till like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, probably a couple days leading up to it, because it's still in that whole magical time frame. Love Christmas, my
Right.
favorite holiday.
Because the movie
but-
leads up to Christmas.
Right. Yeah. And so a cool story. It's like watching an advent calendar in a movie, for almost 2 hours. But a perfect story that I like to tell: when COVID, a few years back, they were still trying to do anything they could to make money off movies, to go to the movie theaters, but no new movies were coming out, and you didn't want to be, socially irresponsible. So they're still trying to find ways to, get people in there to, pay too much money for popcorn and shit like that. But they were doing throwback movies where you could pay a reasonable amount. Nowadays, if you wanted to rent out a theater or something like that, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. Like you're basically buying every
Yeah.
seat, or you're doing it for a corporate gathering or some shit. But they were doing it for throwback movies. It was even cheaper. So I rented a theater for $99, and then you got to invite 16 of your buds, so you could be socially, responsible as far as your distancing went. And they just had to pay $5. I don't remember paying them even paying the
Nice.
$5. They were just happy. So Christmas Vacation, right around Christmas time, we got the whole theater. And it was a big ass theater, and so I've seen the movie hundreds of times. But to be able to watch it again in the movie theater, because I never watched it in the movie theater when I was a kid. I was in like middle school or something when it came out. So to be able to watch it in the theater and then sit there were still things I saw in that movie that time, after seeing it so many times, that I had never really seen before, because it was on such a big screen.
Yeah,
that you just
you're
picked up
probably
this
paying
other-
attention to it like you never did. Yeah,
Yep. I mean, I was 3 sheets to the wind, but it was a good time. Everybody had a good time. We all pre-gamed it and watched the movie.
That's
But
cool.
it was fun, and it just kind of really helped solidify that, hey, there's a reason this is the best movie, and everybody's here to still watch
Yeah.
it after all this time.
yeah. For me, Christmas Story, like I think I said before, is my favorite movie, Christmas movie, and I think I've done a decent job brainwashing my kids to where that's their favorite movie. I'm gonna keep trying.
Nope. I
I'm
tried.
gonna work on my
girls hate
granddaughter
it.
now.
My
Make sure
girls
that
hate
you
it. My
know-
wife hate it. I put it on, and they
Yeah.
roll their eyes.
Oh,
And I
no.
watch it.
Really?
No, it's tradition.
Hmm.
They know it's Christmas
love
Day.
it.
That movie will be rolling for sure. Nicholas, what's
Mhm.
your favorite movie?
I think Christmas Vacation is also mine. Just the story, just the traditions in it. That, and then it's leading up to Christmas, and then you get the odd, family
Mhm.
relationships. That they're navigating, and just the struggles of you want to get these awesome gifts for your kids for Christmas, and you're trying to come
Right.
through, and
And the man's trying to screw you over.
you really feel for Clark Griswold throughout the movie. You know, he's just a nice guy, and he's trying to do everything he can for his
Everyday
family.
guy. Mhm.
Yeah.
For sure.
Relatable guy.
Well, I think that we've covered a lot of subjects: movies, gifts, traditions, what to do, what not to do. Nicholas will be burning his Christmas tree probably in the next couple weeks. Well, again, hey, check us out on YouTube, all the socials, Patreon, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. Let us know. Hit us up, like, subscribe. Also, leave the comments. What do you want to see? Definitely, if you got your opinions on favorite movies or other traditions, let us know. We'll add them in for next year, whatnot.
For
But,
sure.
this has been another Welcome Distraction podcast. We're glad you could join us for the holidays. As you can see, we're ready. More the merrier. Let us know. We'll check you guys out soon. Take care. Merry Christmas.
Later.
Cheers.